how you played video games is how you will do business or are doing business. And I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but let me just, back it up by something that many people that watch this, I think, will know, and that is how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So, you know, if you're a ex gamer, ex game addict, right, and when you were playing all of those video games, like the way you were playing those, if you were good or you were bad or you were mastering all of that stuff or you've been just grinding, it all like it all correlates to how you will do business or are doing business. It's really similar, right? So for example, my own example, Fortnite, right? Since I started playing Fortnite, I always been good. Like I wasn't the best, very good, but I was good, as I was above average to the point where, it was at the beginning. In the beginnings, it was hard to find someone that would be better than me, right? But there would be some people still better than me, and I felt horrible at this point. And I see that I am in very similar stage in business right now. So to the point where I'm like above average when it comes to outreach, being close to making money, and just to being close to making all of this work. Like I'm above average. And it's fucking frustrating, but I see the correlation. I see how the way I was playing video games and the results I was getting there, how similar it is to me right now doing business. Right? Of course, you need to realize that you can change it, right? Only because you played video games this way, that doesn't mean you cannot become a millionaire only because you were, you were shit in every game that you touched. No, like it doesn't work this way, obviously. But it will, you can kind of see how it will go, and I would say you can rate yourself based on how you played video games. And it's much easier to think about how and reflect on how you played video games than on how you're doing business, because of the lack of knowledge and lack of experience, and just being real to yourself. But with video games, it's a bit different, right? And it doesn't really need to be video games. Like it can be any hobby, right? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So yeah, so this was just my example, and I really been thinking about this today. That's why I wanted to record this video talking about this. Of course, I hope someone relates to this, because I see the correlation, and it's it's frustrating for me because it's not good, right? And another example that is not mine. I'm sure there is many pro players, esport players, all of those that were doing League of Legends, Fortnite, and they were just at top, going out on those events, just grinding 12 hours a day on Fortnite, for example. And those people tend to be very, very successful in business once they transition. Why? Because the way how were they doing the games, the bad stuff, like they did it in a good way, to the point where right now, if they're doing business, like it's really hard to not get results for them, right? It's hard for them to not get the results, right? So I'm sure I think I've heard some esport player that transitioned into business, and now he's making a lot of money because of the work ethic, the way he was playing the video games, right? So yeah, anyways, enough of me talking. I hope someone relates to this, and sorry for the mess behind of me. I will never, I will never clean this up. I don't really open it. I don't really use it. But yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. Goodbye.